I'm Monster Mommy, and this space is for parents who are trying to heal while raising children at the same time. Today, we're going to talk about trauma and what it looks like in everyday parenting. Because trauma isn't always the big and obvious things. Sometimes it's the small moments, the everyday moments, like when your child is crying and instead of seeing their feelings, you feel stressed or overwhelmed. Or when they don't listen right away, it feels like disrespect instead of them just being kids. Or when you have a long day ahead of you or had a long day, the smallest things are setting you off and suddenly you're yelling, not because you want to, but because something in you feels pushed past its limit. Or maybe it looks like shutting down, not talking, not explaining, just needing everything to be quiet. And then later, here comes guilt trotting on in. That's not the parent you said you wanted to be. But trauma doesn't always show up as being harsh either. Sometimes it looks like the complete opposite. It looks like doing everything and anything for your child. Answering every cry, trying to fix every feeling, never wanting them to feel pain like you felt. So you carry everything. You feel responsible for their happiness all of the time. And it comes from love, but it also comes from fear. Fear that if you don't get it right, they will feel what you felt as a child. And that's a heavy weight to carry, dude. Because your child doesn't need a perfect parent. They need a present one, a regulated one, a parent who can love them and still have boundaries. And that's balance. That's part of healing. Because none of these reactions come out of nowhere. When you grew up in a home where your feelings weren't safe, you don't magically just become an adult who knows how to handle these emotions. You become someone who feels deeply, but was never taught how to express it safely. So when your child has these big emotions, it can feel overwhelming, not because they're wrong, but because it's triggering something in you. And that's hard to admit because we love our kids. We want to be better. And we are trying. But trauma doesn't disappear when we become parents. It shows up in our tone, our reactions, the way we interpret the behavior, and sometimes it sounds like what we heard growing up. And that's where the guilt comes in. That feeling of, am I becoming who hurt me or what hurt me? But listen, if you're asking that question, you're already doing something different. Awareness is where it starts. So no, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. Noticing the moments, even if it's after. Trying again the next time. Because your child isn't your enemy, and neither are you. You're someone who went through things, and now you're trying to do better. And that matters. Because at the end of the day, monsters need love too. And sometimes the monster is just a hurt parent learning how to heal. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon.